Oh my gosh, the first couple of times I slept through the night, I'm pretty sure I either messaged or called. She's laughing in the background because I was like, oh, this is what a full night's sleep feels like. COVID was a crazy time for all of us, but I was going through menopause during COVID and I didn't even realize it. I was finding myself in my office, like sweaty and hot and having to walk outside and tear off the gowns and the masks to just get a breath of fresh air. I was finding myself not able to sleep, but I thought it was because it was COVID. We were all stressed. I was finding myself kind of cranky. So I didn't even realize for about a year or two that I was actually going through menopause and this wasn't all just situational. So I'm a pediatrician. I'd be in these small rooms with all the little kids and I would just find myself literally burning. So you feel like your bones are burning and just so hot. And again, I thought it was because I was in scrubs with a gown and a mask and a shield sometimes. And I would just literally walk out of the office to take it all off. The symptoms were affecting me in the sense that I was kind of just aware of them. I was really annoyed by them. But again, at the time, I don't think I realized what was going on. It was only when I looked back and figured this out. When you're in the office and you all of a sudden started sweating while you're seeing a patient, or when you're waking up in the middle of the night and can't roll over and go back to sleep, and you know that in 3 hours you have to get back up and go to the office and be at your best. I would say it was frustrating more than anything. I don't think I really thought about what might happen if nothing changed. I think I was just dealing with it on a day-to-day basis. And when I finally realized what was going on, I didn't want that to be forever. I didn't want to not be able to sleep forever and not feeling myself. I was very cranky. I was sort of snappy. So I definitely wanted that to end, and I needed to figure out a way to, once I realized what was going on, to find out how to do that. So I found Sibel actually through a doctor's group. It was probably only about a year and a half ago, and it just came up naturally. I'm part of this physician moms group in Philadelphia. And somebody brought up a question about women's health. And I was lucky enough that Dr. Carine answered. And they started having this conversation. And I was like, oh, this is what I need. And that's when I sought her out. And that was that. Yeah. So by the time I found her, I actually knew I had gone through menopause. I had seen my regular physician a couple times. They'd done labs, they confirmed. But it was frustrating because they didn't really have answers for me. They're like, oh, you're in your 50s and you've gone through menopause and this is it. Maybe try to exercise more, which I was already doing. I was running marathons. Like, I wasn't exercising more. Try to eat healthier. I was already eating well. Cut back on your wine that we all were drinking too much of during COVID. That I could do. But there wasn't really any other answer. They weren't saying to me, hey, there's medications you can take, or there's things you can do outside of just taking care of yourself. And that was really frustrating. So I think I didn't even know the questions to ask. Even being a physician and a pediatrician, we don't deal with 50-year-old women. So not even really realizing the questions to ask, but just being able to go to her and say, hey, this is how I'm feeling, and having her make a plan, having her say, like, this is what we can do. These are labs we can check. These are lifestyle changes we can make. And there can be an answer for some of the things that you're feeling. We don't just have to live with that. So that was kind of exciting to me, because I'm too young to not be able to sleep for the rest of my life. I think we all just feel sometimes when we get to those places where we're waking up in the middle of the night that it's just stress, or there should be something else we can do. And I mean, I talk about sleep all the time with parents. I tell them how to get their 2-month-olds to sleep and their toddlers to sleep. And I talk about sleep hygiene with the teenagers. But then when it came to myself, I couldn't fall asleep and I couldn't stay asleep. So having somebody listen to me and saying, hey, there are things that we can do. And this isn't just your brain not working. This is your body sort of betraying you. And yeah, you do need to get sleep at night. And these are some things we can do about it, which was really helpful. So before I met Dr. Carine, in terms of falling asleep, I made sure that I was turning off my screens at night and I wasn't drinking caffeine after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I was making sure I was exercising regularly, but I tried melatonin. I was taking so much melatonin that I don't even think it was doing anything at that point, but the gummies tasted great. So really that was all I was doing. And when I asked my regular doctor, they was like, oh, we really don't have any other answers for you. So it's just something you kind of have to deal with. Oh my gosh, the first couple of times I slept through the night, I'm pretty sure I either messaged or called. And she's laughing in the background because I was like, oh, this is what a full night's sleep feels like. And even if I wake up in the middle of the night, for whatever reason, I can roll over and go back to sleep. I'm not sitting there staring at the ceiling for hours. And it's pretty amazing. I mean, don't get me wrong, that sometimes happens. We all get stressed, right? There are things that get on our mind and keep us up at night. But in general, like, I can go to bed, I can sleep through the night, and I can wake up refreshed. I think I grew up in an era where, yes, we had our primary, we had our GYN, we had our PCP, and that was that, unless you had a specific reason that they weren't sending you somewhere else. I think that I also grew up in an era where women's health was neglected. And even going through medical school, I don't think I learned anything past delivering babies. I don't remember discussing menopause. I don't remember talking about anything beyond the prenatal and postpartum care. So even when I was going to my regular PCP, it wasn't even something I knew how to discuss with them. So I think when I realized that we're in an era now where there's more concierge care and where people feel comfortable going outside of their primary to find what they need, whether they need functional medicine or women's health care or whatever kind of self-care we need. And I think we're all more comfortable looking for that now. So I think that's where something like CBEL comes into play. It's something that traditional medicine isn't necessarily ready to give us. That's a failure of our medical system. It's a failure, I could go on and on about this. It's a failure of how our doctors are trained, and I really hope our current doctors are trained better. It's a failure of our government to fund women's health care and women's research. It's a failure of the fact that we don't talk about this and our moms don't talk about this and it's not in the newspaper. And I think that none of us really realize that we're supposed to go searching for other things that are out there, but maybe not mainstream, and that's okay. So investing in menopause care was definitely one of the best things I have done. I've had so many things returned. Again, I was always active, I always took care of myself, but being told that there were certain things out of your control, especially as a very type A person, is really frustrating. So knowing that that stuff's in my control is huge. Just feeling like myself again, getting through the day without feeling exhausted by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, having the energy for my family, for my workouts, for my patients, not waking up and staring at the ceiling for 2 hours in the middle of the night, that I feeling like my body feels like myself again. I feel like we go through menopause and everybody says, oh, you're gonna gain however much weight, and it was called the meno belly or the meno baby or whatever, and oh, there's nothing you can do about that. Well, there is, right? There are things you can do. There are supplements, there are hormones. I was also in a unique place. I had a medical condition that they said, oh, you can't do hormones, but nobody was really ever willing to take that leap and look. And with Dr. Carine, actually, we did the research, and I could be on them, and that was huge, and that made all the difference in the world. Wow, if I was talking to my 30-year-old self, I think people always are saying that your 20s are like the best time of your life, and I definitely don't believe that. I think that you're learning about yourself, learning about the world, you're learning about your family, and there's so much to look forward to. And I would hope that you always fight for yourself and fight for what you deserve. I think I was taught to do that in some ways. I was taught to do that in medical school, right? As women going through education, we did have to fight for it. We had to fight for our place in the world, but nobody ever also told me that I had to fight for like my health and my body, and not just accept that aging was natural and that you can't fight it, because you can. Why CBEL? Because you were worth it. You were worth the time and money and investment in your health and your well-being, and you deserve to feel like the best you that you can be.